Can you hear me? Can anyone hear me? Hello? Testing? Testing 1, 2? Testing 1, 2. Hello, guys. Can anyone hear me? Awesome. 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 All right. Sorry about the delay and the new stream. Hopefully people will filter over from the other stream that I messed up on. Yeah, so that's some technical difficulties there. As I said, I'm using a DSLR camera, as you can see here, and my phone actually to record. So I don't have enough subs yet in order to actually use my phone to record. So it's kind of a pain trying to do a live stream with this setup. It's kind of jank, but it's gonna work for now. How you doing, James Snyder? All right. So who wants to? What do you guys want to see run? I think someone from last time requested to see the K5 running. We can try that, but I want to stick with DCC for now. Hey guys, I see 5 people watching right now. Anyone have a engine they want to see run? Otherwise, we're just gonna run this K4 for now. Anything NYC. All right. I guess we can take the K4 off. We can try the Mohawk. It should run fine. I really like this engine. I'm trying to run this thing a little bit more. This guy right there. I really like this guy. I want to run this guy a little bit more because I haven't run it recently. There we go. All right, so this engine is 3149. Can I run the GS4 later? Sure, yeah, I can run that later. Do I still have the Q1? No, I don't. I actually, so as I said, I bought the Q1 for a friend. He's having some technical difficulties with the Q1 right now. He does have a channel, so he should be releasing a video of the Q1 hopefully soon. But his name is his channel's name is called Pennsylvania and Florida Eastern. He's a pretty crazy guy. I love that guy. But yeah, here's the New York Central Q. This is a Q4B Mohawk. Hopefully, you guys can see that. Let's bring the camera back a little bit. I love the disc drivers on this guy. It's beautiful. Anyways, I'm actually in the middle of recording a video. I stopped to do the stream. I'm recording a review of the MTH Mohawk, as you guys can see over there behind the K4. Right there. I'm recording a video of that right now. I don't know why the stream's backwards. That really sucks. I really wish everything was more. I wish there's a way to flip it, but I can't seem to find a way. All right, so we're slowly letting people filter in. Hopefully people can find the proper link. I know the video quality and the audio quality isn't the best. I think there's something wrong with trying to use the current technology that I'm using right now. I do want to make a review of this guy, though. This guy is absolutely beautiful. And I think he deserves a review. This guy is absolutely massive. Thoughts on SpaghettiOs? Dude, SpaghettiOs slap. I don't know what you're talking about. I'll gladly eat SpaghettiOs for the rest of my life. I actually, one more thing I want to show you guys is I actually recently completed the DCC install on this Sunset H10 here. It's 9943. This guy's awesome. I'm seeing people gradually come in into the stream, at least pay a visit real quick. And it's still the beginning. I'm sure people are confused as far as the link goes because I had to make a new stream because the old stream wasn't working. Where did you find sound chips for the engine like that? So, I mean, there's many manufacturers who make sound decoders. You know, I think the top 3 manufacturers of sound decoders currently are, let me pause this guy real quick. I'm going to mute these guys. So yeah, the top 3 manufacturers of sound decoders these days is TCS Wow Sound, which is my preference. That's what's inside this guy. Then there's Tsunami 2, and then there's ESU Lock Sound. ESU Lock Sound is better usually known for their diesels instead of their steam decoders. Their steam decoders are kind of based off of European engines instead of recordings of American engines, so it sounds a little bit off. But yeah, you can just get any decoder and kind of just hardwire it in yourself. This is a TCS Wow Sound decoder here. I can show you guys how it sounds. So it's a beautiful, and it sounds great too. But yeah, you can find decoders or sound chips, whatever you want to call them, decoders wherever. I really like the brake sounds in this guy. It's really nice. Anyways, would you like to buy a PRR S2 so I can buy the decoder from you? No, I'm not buying an S2, and if I were, I'm gonna keep the decoder inside. I'm not gonna take the decoder out. That's not how really it works, unfortunately. Because heads up, you cannot put a BLI decoder into a non-BLI engine. That's not really how it works. You know, BLI engines, they require the reed switch in order to activate the chuffs. So there's a reason there's an extra wire that goes from the tender to the engine, and that's what that triggers the reed switch, which makes the decoder make the chuff sound. You know, most engines don't have that, so you can't put BLI decoders. Sort of like you can't put MTH decoders into other engines either. You can't put BLI decoders into non-BLI engines. That's really not how it works. So that's unfortunate, but it's true. So yeah, Mark, if you want to find a decoder, you have to somehow extract the files, which I find it extremely hard to do. You have to be some sort of hacker to do that, or you have to just make your own file, which I mean is also possible, but just very difficult. Anyways. BLI is the sus. They made their own decoders. They don't want you to steal the files, so it makes sense that you can't do that. And also, BLI engines aren't really designed to be, taken apart. You can put new fresh decoders into BLI engines. It's even harder to do in MTH engines. But it's just that they're not really designed for that. It's the ready to run kind of idea. Currently in the model, what do you call it? Yeah, just currently it's like, people, the ready to run aspect is so strong these days. You can't find, there's so few modelists who actually work on their models these days. Everyone's just buying ready to run. So you really can't find any, just BLIs are not designed to be taken apart, which is unfortunate. That's just how it works. Let's run this H10 a little bit more. Let's from the slow that guy down. All right. So yeah, this guy. I can't really show you the headlight, but the headlight's actually very bright. Oops, something shorted out. I think I forgot to throw that switch, which is unfortunate. There we go. I'll just have to add extra smokiness to cover the fact that I can't get a sound decoder from S2. As I said, man, you can try. I mean, no one's stopping you from trying to put a decoder in there, but it's gonna be hard. First off is finding the files, and then secondly is just simply trying to put that into a decoder. It's nearly impossible. Also, it's not like BLI's turbine sounds are really accurate. They're not. They're not really accurate at all. I'm just saying. BLI's turbine sounds are just computer generated. It's not like obviously there's no alive turbine currently. So, yeah, their turbine sounds are completely computer generated. They're not real. I want to get a shot of the wheels. I think the wheels look nice. And also, I mean, again, I don't know where you're gonna find smoke units. I don't know who makes, aftermarket smoke units. You might be able to find parts from someone who doesn't want their smoke unit on a BLI or MTH engine, but you're not gonna find smoke units just out of the blue. There are options. The thing is, you don't need to. You just simply don't need to. How desperate are you to have a smoke equipped S2? It's not like I don't know. I feel like if you want a smoke equipped S2 with BLI sounds, just buy a BLI engine. There's no reason to try to make your own, and you're gonna end up spending a lot more time and a lot more money than you would just buying a BLI engine, or simply just get a brass engine and add whatever sound you want. That's a much easier option. Like, I don't care for smoke. I don't like the BLI sounds anyway. So if I were to get a turbine, I would just not buy a BLI one. I would get a cheaper brass one and just add my own sounds. Hey, Kyle. We're not getting that many viewers today, which is expected. I mean, it is on a weekday. It's unfortunately I couldn't drag it to the weekend because I got stuff to do this weekend. I'm not going to be home, but yeah, I mean, it is an evening on a Thursday, so we're not going to get that many viewers today, but it's okay. I'll just hang with you guys. I don't know if you guys want to see. Again, post any suggestions you want of trains in the chat. Ask questions, post train requests. Otherwise, I'm just going to continuously run this Mohawk. So, as I said, I have a whole bunch of engines over here. You guys want to choose? We can actually zoom in a little bit. There's the MTH GS4, 2 Pro 2000 Berkshires, BLI Dreyfus Hudson, a BLI J1D, a BLI I1SA. That's a T1, M1B, 3751 class, 4101 class. That's Santa Fe. What is that? 4000 class, and then a BLI J1D with the PT tender, which is pretty cool. And then I have obviously a ton more engines inside those boxes. Yeah, a lot more engines inside the boxes. So let me know if you guys want to run. Hey, Garcia. Do you pronounce your name Jesus? I hope that I'm pronouncing that right. Can you run the Santa Fe Alco PA? Sure. I actually do have it still. It's up there. I have 2 of them. I'll take them out actually right now. All right. Well, those unfortunately those are still what do you call it? DC. So I'm gonna take out the DC. Take off the DCC controller. Plug in the DC controller. Is there turbine sounds from other manufacturers? I don't think there was. I mean, no one else has made. I mean, I'm sure Loxan or something has something. I don't know. BLI's turbine sounds are simply just not really turbine sounds. I mean, again, they're computer generated. So I mean, you know, like it's, I don't know. It's depends on how you want to do it. Don't think the BLI ones are accurate though. You don't want to make yourself believe that because it's not true. I'm gonna, all right, move these engines off the track because we're switching to DC. All right, now I do have Kyle. I do have, or no, JVDM. I do have a full set of Super Chief cars down there. I also have some Ritz crackers in case I'm hungry, but yeah, I do have a full Super Chief car set as well as Pennsylvania. Those are generic Pullman pool cars and some other cars there, but unfortunately, I'm not going to be taking out the entire Super Chief set today. So you're just going to have to make do with just them running some freight cars. Hope that's cool. All right. So these are Pro 2000 Alco PAs. These are really nice engines, especially for how cheap you could get them these days. I paid, I think, $50 for each of these. Very well detailed, run amazing. I mean, they have some of the largest flywheels I've ever seen. These things coast for hours. They literally coast forever on the track, which is pretty cool. All right, so that's how they're coupled together. Turbine sounds. Love the work you have done with your roster, especially with your brass. Thank you, Kyle. I've been thinking of adding sounds to my brass Greenbrier. Absolutely do it, man. If you have any questions, let me know. I haven't made a tutorial as far as how I add sounds to brass because it just takes too much time to make it a proper tutorial. But I do post a lot of my stuff on my Instagram, as I said. So if you do want to see, that, just follow my Instagram. I generally post a lot of stuff here, and also just if you want to DM me on Instagram, let me know. Like, I'm always happy to help. Yeah. Here is the PAs. Very smooth. A little bit noisy, but yeah, they coast for ages. It's crazy. I do want to add sound one day, but I don't know. I actually don't really like the PAs that much. They're I don't know. Diesels aren't really for me, I guess. They're really nice engines, though. I guess we could run them in a circle for now. Let's see. But yeah, so Kyle, if you have any questions, just DM me on Instagram, or I don't know. I have some other. You can also email me. Jesus Garcia, what is your favorite USA locomotive? My favorite USA locomotive. That is a bold question. Favorite Pennsylvania engine? The K4 probably. Favorite near central engines, definitely the L2A Mohawk. Favorite Santa Fe engine? That's a tough question. I think the 3400 class Pacifics. Yeah, so hopefully that answers your question. I don't know my favorite engine though. I mean, I don't know. BNH, I see daylight cars too. Yeah, I do have daylight cars. So I actually have I have a set of the diner kitchen cafeteria up there. I have some paper towels holding them back. I can see there. I have some more daylight cars over there, and then a little bit more down there at the bottom. I have 3 articulated coach sets, so 6 coaches total, and then the kitchen car diner set. I also have the observation car, all from BLI. Yeah, I know the BLI ones are bad. It's just that they're better than nothing. I'll check again if there's any manufacturer sounds. Yeah, I mean, Mark, look around for QSI, maybe lock sound files. You'll find something, I'm sure. Or just make your own, honestly. I don't know. I unfortunately don't have Instagram. Might be able to go the email route. Yeah, email me. My email is, if you look at any of my videos with titles, I think it's trainman460@gmail.com. What is your opinion on Canadian steam locomotives? I think they're really pretty. I think they're totally underrated. There's not enough manufacturers who make Canadian steam, and to be quite frank, Rapidos are way too expensive. They're not really for me. They don't I can't find. I don't know. It's not really a railroad for me to model, but I mean, they are nice models, especially the Canadian Pacific and Canadian National. They have some. Canadian National has some really weird looking engines with their kind of odd looking headlights and really interesting stuff. But my favorite locomotive is a PR class D15 made in 1982. D15. PR D15. What is that? I know the D16. Oh, D15. Okay, so it's just like an older style Pennsylvania engine. I think American 440 Americans are really cool, but they're they're a bit old for me. I like the industrial look of the K4 and these New York Central engines. Okay, in fact, actually, let me take out a New York Central engine. All right, here, let me take one out. So, right here, here's a good example. So this is a Ki Samhangsa L2A Mohawk. These things are extremely rare. This one right here, as you can see, is very disgusting. The original owner painted it, weathered it really poorly. It's terrible looking. It's definitely going to need a new paint job. But what I love about New York Central engines is just the amount of exterior piping. They did not bother hiding any of this piping inside the boiler jacket, right? You can see the just amount of detail in these engines. It's crazy. And that's the reason I like the industrial look. The amount of piping really makes it look, especially the front, really makes it look industrial, and I really like that look. Again, just even more stuff on this side. It's pretty crazy. And what I like about this engine is the front actually opens up, which is pretty awesome. That's always a little cool feature that Key did on some of their engines. But yeah, so this it just really showcases how New York Central engines really have that nice look I like. A really industrial look. I'm not a huge fan of like streamliners or big engines or whatever. I just like engines that have a lot of detail. A lot of exposed piping. Okay, if I ever get around to it, maybe I remember I should name it someday. Yeah, Kyle, just feel free to, whatever. I hate how hard it is to find Canadian steam locomotives. I don't think it's actually that hard. There's quite a bit of brass around. Obviously not much in the ready-to-run market, but honestly, brass is generally pretty cheap, surprisingly enough. You can find quite a bit of brass, wherever. I mean, yeah, just like looking at how expensive Rapido's prices are, I'm pretty sure you can find some cheaper brass than what Rapido's trying to sell it for. The D15 is a 440 in 1982. Hey guys, there's 17 viewers. Wow, holy crap! If anyone has any questions, put them in the chat, and if you guys have any requests for engines to run, let me know. Hey, how you doing? Pure Marquette Mainline. The D15 is a 440 in 1892. Looks like a UK locomotive with it, not a Q. D15. Interesting. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't know too much about old Pennsylvania history, like before or like in the 18th century. I don't know much about that stuff, or 19th century. What's the most out of place model you've ever bought? Besides the brass diesel Givo that I bought, like last train show, which I don't know if you've seen the video of it. Besides that, probably the BNSF. I bought a BNSF SC70 Ace, and I bought a Atherton Big Boy, which I flipped for money. I actually have photos of these. I can try to show you guys here, but I'm not really sure if it'll work well. Pictures. Let me see if I can find a photo of the Big Boy real quick. Oh, here it is. I don't know if you guys can see that. But yeah, I bought this Big Boy was mine. I actually ran on the layout. But yeah, there's a whole bunch of engine photos like this. This photo when I had three Proto 2000 Berkshires. Took some photos of that because I thought it was pretty cool. It looked really nice. I have a whole bunch of photos here. Honestly, just random stuff. I used to have a Southern Pacific M21. Those are really nice. They're really cool models. But I'm trying to not model Southern Pacific that much, so I sold that engine off. What else? This is actually a really cool job. I didn't post this anywhere, but I kind of want to. So I bought this Balboa Southern Pacific P10, and I don't know if you can see this, but there's a whole lot of it's like brown. It's really dark, like it's a really discolored. And what I did was I actually used salt and vinegar, and I basically polished up the engine. So yeah, you can see how brown it is there. And then if you just use some salt and vinegar, soak the model in, you can make it really nice and shiny. It looks like that. This is how it looked afterwards. Very nice. It's a little bit, there's a bit of a red sheen for some reason, but yeah, the model looks much more shiny now, and it's actually uniformly, there's no tarnish or anything like that. It's a really cool little project I did. I eventually sold this engine off though, because I bought a West Side one, which is a little bit better. Let me just check the live streaming real quick, make sure there's nothing else here. So yeah, the most out of place engine. Sorry, let me answer that question. So the most out of place engine is either the big boy or the SC78. I don't really know which one's more out of place. They're both very much out of my era and out of my railroad. I saw a request for the PT tender. Sorry, there's a lot of comments. Let me try to go through them one at a time. So yeah, the NYC with Hudson with PT tender. So this engine, oh shit, my voice just cracked there. This engine here it is, by the way. This is a J1D. You could tell because there's a little let's go feed water heater popping out there. The J1E doesn't have that. This engine is just a mess. I didn't pay that much for this engine, but there's a lot of issues with this thing. There's a lot of broken details. I actually didn't point out much of it yet. But here, like if I turn this thing around, I'll just put it on the track. The power is off on this railroad anyways. The power is off right now, so yeah. But you'll see that there's a broken part there. The ladder's missing. You can see that the eccentric rod here is broken on this side. It's just broken completely. And then also here, let me take the camera off the tripod. The camera here is cracked. So yeah, this engine needs a lot of work. There's a lot of broken detail parts to it. I do want to try to find some replacement parts to hopefully make this engine look a little bit better. I only paid $130 for this engine with Paragon 2 sound. So one thing you'll want to know about the BLI Hudson's is actually the New York Central Hudson was Broadway Limited's first ever engine they ever made. And they made 2 runs of the Paragon 1, then they made the Paragon 2. I would highly recommend avoiding the first run Paragon series. Basically the first engine they ever made. And the issue with those series is that the drives are bad. They're no good. They're very noisy and the gears are cracked sometimes. And you could differentiate between the fact that these tires are painted, but the Paragon 1s are not painted. I can actually pull up a photo of the Paragon 1 Hudson here. So this is the engine you want to avoid. Right here. You see how those tires are not painted? This indicates that this engine's from the first run, and those are no good. The details are the same, but the drives are no good. Then they made the Paragon 1 improved drive, but was still QSI, and then they made the same drive as the second run, and then Paragon 2, and they added the PT tender in the back, which I think looks really nice. Anyways, I need to switch over from DC to DCC, so give me 1 second. Let me in the meantime try to figure out some more comments to answer. Sorry about that rant. So yeah, I have another big boy right here on my desk. That's really cool. Yeah, I don't know. Big boys are not really my thing. I don't really like big engines. Big engines are a bit too cliche in my opinion, and I don't know. They're not really for me. And also, obviously, it won't traverse my tight curves. So I like medium to smaller engines. So like this Hudson's probably the biggest engine I'd ever buy for passenger. But yeah, so I'm gonna push this back a little bit. So this thing does run fine and sound fine, but it just needs a lot of cosmetic repair. So we turn her on. Hopefully, function number 3. There we go. All right. Pierre Marquette Mainline, I'm doing well. I hope the sound quality is okay. I know it's not an ideal setup. As I said, I'm actually using my old phone. I'm using my old phone as a microphone. Oops, daisy, something. Uh-oh. This engine derailed. That's no good. But yeah, I'm using my old phone as a microphone, which is not a great setup, but that's why I put this thing on this tighter drawbar pin. That's the reason why I derailed. Yeah, I'm using my own phone though as a microphone, which is not ideal, but I need to get, I think, 1,000 subscribers before I can actually stream through my regular phone. So until I get that, I'm gonna be stuck using this setup, which is kind of jank. I admit. I apologize for the poor video and audio quality. I am actually using a DSLR camera for the video, but because of compression, YouTube just makes it look terrible. All right. Next question. Oh shit. This guy really does not like me, huh? All right. I'll have to bring that to the shops to make sure that there's nothing wrong with that engine. Dang, this man owned 4 Berkshires. Yeah, I did. I guess it's the perks of buying and selling. I've owned a lot of stuff, random shit over the years. Do you still have the Q1? I do not have the Q1. I gave it to my friend. So my friend who paid for it, I finished the DCC install for him, and then I sent it to him. He's having some technical difficulties with the Q1 though, so he might not post a video of it until later. But he is a fellow YouTuber. His channel name is Pennsylvania and Florida Eastern. He does have his own channel. He has 2 BLI Q2s, so he likes the big stuff. He's got 2 Q2s and a Q1 now. So yeah. Who's your hold up, let's see. So yeah, I can't run the Q1, unfortunately. I don't have it anymore. The red shine has a similar effect of cleaning corroded comments. Yeah, the red, yeah. It's due to the vinegar. The vinegar caused that, but also removes the tarnish, which was my goal. So it's not ideal, but it worked. Who's your favorite model manufacturer? My favorite model manufacturer, besides brass, probably BLI. Oh shit, other issue. Although BLI has really been hit or miss these days. Their Paragon 3 had a lot of issues, especially with the contacts. It seems like the Paragon 3 decoders were far more sensitive to dirty track for whatever reason. Also, the Rolling Thunder feature is just completely worthless. I mean, I don't know anyone who actually uses Rolling Thunder. I don't know anyone who actually uses Rolling Thunder, so that thing's worthless. And also, they're just really expensive these days. So I don't really like BLI anymore. MTH is really good, but I know they're not really known for shit. Bachmann is kind of eh. The detail isn't really accurate, and I'm kind of a rivet counter, so it's not really for me. But yeah, if price wasn't an issue, I'd buy BLI and probably switch them out for TCS decoders. But right now, I'm really getting into brass. I think brass is nice, and not like high-end brass. I just like the cheap brass. I think cheap brass is really nice. I'm gonna mute her for a sec when I answer some questions. So yeah, cheap brass right now is kind of my go-to right now. It's cheap, cheaper than BLI, surprisingly, and also just good looking, and you get to really work on them. All right, so that's my favorite model manufacturer. My NYC Hudson is the same number. That's cool. I don't know if the video is backwards for you guys. I assume it is, which really sucks, but I don't really know how to flip it. So there you go. Corroded pennies. Yeah, so I don't know why vinegar makes brass look copperish. I guess because brass is a mix of copper and what, nickel? No, copper and what is brass? Brass is copper and zinc. That's what it is. So maybe vinegar eats the zinc away and makes the brass look kind of a copper sheen. Maybe, I don't know. I don't really know how it works. Hey Ellery. Yeah, there's 13 people right now. Guys, again, if there's new people watching, if you guys want to request an engine to run from my collection here, please just let me know. Also, if you have any questions, again, let me know. So yeah, the D15 was 440 is unknown. It was scrapped in 1945. That's cool. Yeah, I don't know much about D15s. To be quite frank, I model Pennsylvania Railroad 1947, so D15 wouldn't be part of my era anyways. Oh no, don't worry. The sound quality is just fine. Awesome. That's good to hear. Yeah, we do need to get I need to get 1K subs, man, in order for me to get my phone to actually I can actually live stream through my phone instead of having to do this setup. Because the thing is, live streaming on my laptop here, the issue is I have to have a separate camera and a separate phone source, which is annoying. Otherwise, it would just use the laptop microphone and the laptop camera webcam, which is terrible. So I'm trying to use my DSLR here in my old phone for a microphone, but yeah. Do you have the T1? I do have. Well, which T1 are you talking about? If you're talking about the Pennsylvania Railroad T1, I do have that. I can take that out right now. But I don't have a Reading T1 or a CNO T1 or whatever else you were talking about. I can take out the D1, the T1 right here though. This is a Paragon 2 T1. I found it funny. I learned recently that the Paragon 2 T1 has some issues in terms of the accuracy. So, first off, I do apologize. This T1 looks awful running on my 22-inch curves. I understand that. In fact, you can see the middle two tires are completely off the rails. But the one issue I found with the Paragon 2 T1 is that the lettering is off. The lettering it's not. It should be flatter. It's not. It's too like vertically stretched, and also it's not centered. It really bothers me how it's not centered at all. It should be like here, but it said it's to there. It's really strange. It kind of bothers me now, but oh well. I do like the Paragon 2. I do prefer the Paragon 2 sound though, so I'm gonna keep this one. What are you looking for? Engines and rolling stock? I am looking for a few engines. They're very rare and very expensive, but I am looking for a few engines. I'm looking for a Challenger Imports Pennsylvania Railroad Streamline K4 along with the East Wind train set. I'm looking for a Precision Scale Co. NYC Mercury. I'm looking for a Division Point or a Precision Scale or a PFM United New York Central H10. H10B in particular, actually. And I think that's about it. And then a few Santa Fe engines, including the Blue Goose. And more importantly, I want a Santa Fe 3400 class Pacific and a 3450 class Hudson. Yeah, I'll double head the Berks in a sec. All right, so let me run the T1 real quick because someone asked for it. I'm too lazy to put passenger cars behind this engine, so just bear with me. I'm actually gonna put this engine away. All right, so this is the 5524. How much will I take this? There we go. 5424 or 5524. Sorry. So yeah, that is what the engines I'm looking for. As far as rolling stock, I'm looking for a lot of GLA and H21 Pennsylvania Road hoppers and a few more Santa Fe passenger cars, including the coaches. But otherwise, I'm pretty much set. I've actually gotten most engines that I wanted. So, I also want a brass Pennsylvania Road M1B. I want a either Oriental Limited, probably Oriental Limited M1B. That's what I want. Bro, you already know. Yeah, so I'll do the double head Berks next. Do you live in Pennsylvania? I do live in Pennsylvania. How did you guess? Would love to see one of the NKB Berks if you got a chance. Sure, yeah. So I'll run this one out right after this guy real quick. So let's get her steamed. Oops, that was 3 chuffs. Oops, something shorted. Oh yeah, I forgot. My bad. I have to I need to put a piece of masking tape in order to prevent the short. That's always fun. All right, give me 1 second. There we go. Awesome. Let's try that again. Okay, so you can really see how, like those center drivers are completely off the rails, which does not look good. All right. Agree. I've seen some cheap brass that looks far better deeper than new high end. Yeah, brass is just cheaper these days. I don't know why. I mean, like for example, I bought a Gem Pennsylvania Road E6 for $100. Whereas I'm sure BLI is gonna charge like $399 or something like that for their E6, which is just ridiculous, quite frankly. I'm trying to get some cheaper engines. Oh, what happened? Something happened. Let me. I'll be right back. Let me try to figure out what happened. Well, technical difficulties. What happened here? Looks like the T1 is out of service for now. I think one of the wires are bad or something. All right, well, that is embarrassing. The T1 is out of commission temporarily. I will have to figure out what's up with the T1 that's causing the issue, but the motor just quit. I'm pretty sure I know the issue though, so not to worry. It will be back up real soon. I guess it's a good time to run the Berks. Why not? No, but yeah. So it's funny how it's pretty crazy how cheaper the brass engines these days are compared to plastic. Like BLI is charging a pretty penny for all their engines these days. In fact, I bought a Santa Fe 4000 class 280 from Sunset, and that was significantly cheaper than buying one from BLI, which I do have both. I do want two of them, so I got one of each. All right. You said the double head? You want the double head? All right, I'll bring the second one, I guess. But let me get this one going first. 8. All right, let me pick up that other engine real quick. All right, you know what? Screw it. I'm just gonna run on one engine. I'm sorry, I can't run both. They're not speed matched properly, so I can't run them together, unfortunately. Not now, at least. I'll run this one for now. All right, let me position the camera correctly. There we go. Hey, if there's any new viewers, I'm just gonna say this again. If there's any new viewers, feel free to post your recommendations for engines you want to see run in the chat, or if you want to ask any questions, feel free. All right. All right. Next question. What are your exact coordinates? My coordinates are 0, 0. What is your favorite engine? My favorite engine is right here. I actually made a video on it a few days ago. This guy right here. This is a Sunset Brass Pennsylvania Road H9 with post-war modifications. It is an absolutely beautiful engine, as you can see. I did a lot of custom work myself. I obviously added DCC sound. I painted the cab roof that brown. I worked on the front a lot, adding a lot of front details to this thing, making it post-war. It was originally pre-war, so I made it post-war. Added the post-war modifications, but yeah. But yeah, I can show you how it runs right after this guy, right after the train passes by. All right, so a little race there. Anyways, so that is my favorite engine right there. Sunset H9 with post-war modifications. Let's see. Favorite engine. I managed to pick up a DCC Sound River Rossi Big for $200. I don't know the price of BLI or River Rossi Big Boys, but that seems like a lot of money for a River Rossi engine. Especially considering those engines are not really detailed. I don't know, but they're still cool, I guess. Yeah, that's impressive. Only $200. What was $200? I forgot what I said. Here, Marquette, what did I say was only $200? Oh, the River Rossi Big Boy. Yeah, I don't think those are worth. Are those worth $200? It seems like a lot for River Rossi. I don't know. There's no detail on them. It's just one piece. It's just a one-piece boiler. The Atherton ones look a lot better, in my opinion, and worth their money. All right. Anyways, yeah, I got it on Marketplace. That's cool. No, but it's still a cool engine. I hope it runs well. I hope it doesn't have the pizza cutter flanges. Have you heard of the Reading Railroad Class 4? Yeah, I have the 444. Those are really nice. I don't model Reading though, so. Also, B&O has a 444, I believe. I'm not sure though. Rip T1, yeah. Rip the T1's gone for now. I'll have to take it into the shops. What is the best deal you ever got on an engine? I've gotten many good deals. My best deal though. Best deal is, again, it goes back to this engine right here. This right here is a. I'm gonna stop the Berkshire real quick. Actually, let me bring this Berkshire to a stop. All right, so I'm gonna mute these actually real quick. So if you want to say bet, I mean, I've gotten a lot of good deals. Like this H9, I paid $200 for. I bought a Sunset H10 for $150 shipped and tax included. I bought this BLI Brass Hybrid Mohawk for $275 shipped. But yeah, my best deal would probably be this guy. This guy is a Key Hangsa Brass L2A Mohawk. This thing is worth about $1,700. There was only 100 made in total. And that's from every. This is the only manufacturer, and there's only 110 made, 100 made. And it's worth $1,700. I paid $275 for it, so that's probably my best deal. I also got an MTH, GS5 or GS4. I got an MTH GS4 for $365. I got a BLI Dreyfus Hudson for $150. Those are also pretty good deals. But yeah, my best deal probably would be this guy. So yeah, there you go. Can you run the Bachmann K4? Sure, I can run that next. Can you run the Sunset H9, H10? All right, K4 first. One at a time. So I'm sorry I couldn't run these two Berkshires together. They're not speed matched, so it really sucks. The Bachmann K4. All right, so that's over here. Let me actually answer another question while I'm at it. Can you run the Sunset? Yeah, so I'll run the K4, the 1361 first, then the H9, H10. Do you have any favorite diesel locomotives? Favorite? I mean, it's going to be really cliche, but I love the Santa Fe War Bonnet F7s. Besides that, though, I like the modern Amtrak stuff, too. Those are really nice. But yeah, I don't really I don't know, diesels are they're all the same. I'm not going to lie. The only thing that makes diesels really different is the sound and the paint, but the actual physical appearance is, I don't know, they're all the same these days, especially these days. All diesels just have the same General Electric wide cap, the safety cap. That's all it is. So anyways, this is the Bachmann K4 1361. As you can see, I actually added a whole bunch of separately applied piping there myself to make it a little bit more realistic. But this engine it's still far from an accurate K4. There's a lot of issues with this engine. Bachmann's K4 is actually not really accurate at all. The three major things that Bachmann did wrong is, first off, the pilot sticks out too much. It should be a little bit closer to the front here. The drivers are too small. The drivers are much smaller than the actual 80-inch drivers that K4s used. And the third biggest issue is the tender. The tender is incorrect. The tender is a 11,000-gallon tender without a stoker. That's very inaccurate for K4s, the post-war K4s at least. They were only used in the pre-war K4, some pre-war K4s for a really short period of time. It would be inaccurate for a post-war K4, and most K4s instead don't. So it's the wrong tender. But otherwise, still a really nice looking engine. So let's run this guy. All right, so clear context. All right, so there we go. But I have done a lot of stuff to this engine, as you can tell. I added the headlight, S&D LED headlight. I added all the piping. I painted the cab roof and the tender deck into the correct colors, and a bunch of other stuff. But yeah, before I actually run this engine, let's see another question I can answer. What are your typical running speeds and speed steps? Depends a lot on the engine. Out of 128 speed steps and a 1:28 ratio gearbox, I usually run it like under 50, usually like 30, 40. So yeah, let's get this engine started. So right now I'm running at 32. Go up to like 40. That's probably the max speed I'd go on this engine at least. Mainline running speeds. So 40, usually around 40. Dagger 101 jealous. Dude, Dagger. There's a L2A selling right now on eBay. It's like 1,500 right now, but it's factory painted. I mean, it looks good, but it's just really expensive. So I don't know if you're interested in that, but someone is selling one right now. I see there's a few more new people joining us. So yeah, to the new people, you can ask questions in the chat, or you can request engines to run. I have a whole bunch of engines over here. If you see anything interesting, let me know. I can run any of them. All right. Oh shoot! I missed the K4 going by. That's unfortunate. Okay. Yeah, 275 for a 70. Yeah, exactly. The thing is it's super rare. So it's not that I got it for cheap. It's just the fact that I found one. Again, there's only 100 made, and everyone wants it. Like I know Dagger for sure wants one. You know, so it's just hard to find, and it's highly desirable in my opinion. It has the coasting drive. Dagger was mentioning this. It's really nice. If you put power to the motor, the wheels will move. But if it's unpowered, it'll still spin freely, which is really cool. It means that you just kind of push it ahead yourself, which is really awesome. Coasting drives are really rare, and they're only on the top end engines, to be honest. The proper name for the K4 is a K-Fake. Yeah, it's a K-Fake, unfortunately. Hey, Train Addict. Let's see. Rather the 83 I'm getting. The 83? What does that mean? Code 83? Have you heard of the Reading class BA4 Camelback 040? Isn't that just the standard Reading Camelback? I think, yeah, I mean, everyone knows about those. The Reading BA4. I assume it's just the standard Reading Camelback. Yeah, those are really common. I mean, Mantua's made it, Gem has made it, a few other models have made it too. I also went out to a Good Luck Noah. They're really hard to find. As I said, I'm not selling mine. I'll let you know for that for sure. Only 100 made, as I said. I think I showed people who stayed from the beginning of the stream, but for those who haven't seen it, what's super cool about this engine is that you can actually take the front out, which is super awesome. I love that. It's just such a useless feature, but it's just so cool. But yeah, it's a beautiful engine. Can you please run the Pennsylvania I-1? Sure, Ian. I'll run that next. Oh, 83 and 89 version. Oh, I didn't know that. I thought there's only one run. That's interesting. Jagger. Yeah, I thought that was only one run. I didn't know there's two. You should do a collection of videos so you know you can request. James, I actually have made a collection video. I make a collection video every year at August because that is when I leave for college. So if you want to go back and see the 2021 collection video, I think it's called Roster Showcase, James. Feel free to check that out and see what engines you want to see run. But yeah, no, I do make a collection video every single year, just to keep track of what engines I have, and yeah. You have the 89 version. Interesting, I didn't know that. Have you heard of the Southern Pacific C9280? The Southern Pacific or Southern Pacific C9. I don't think I have. I'll be honest. I don't know much about Southern Pacific. What do you call it? Class designations. C9. Oh yeah, this thing. Yeah. It's a pretty cool engine. I don't know. I don't really like Stephenson valve gear. You know, like where the valve gear is very basic. It's not really my thing. And also, I just don't really model Southern Pacific. Jesus, I already said I have heard of the Reading Railroad BA04. All right, let's stop this K4 out. Yeah, the Reading Camelback is a very popular model for some reason because Mantua made it and Gembras has made it and a few others have made it. It's a really cool model, but it's just not really for me. Thoughts on Paragon 4? Paragon 4 is literally just Paragon 3 but costs $100 more. I don't believe in Paragon 4. All right, let's stop this K4. I'm also going to have to head out in like 10 minutes, so just heads up. Alrighty. But yeah, so Paragon 4 is kind of just overpriced Paragon 3. That's all it is. So it's Paragon 3 but costs $100 more. The Paragon 3 is really where the oversensitivity to dirty track was introduced. Paragon 2 engines are fine, but as soon as you switch to Paragon 3, a lot of the engines had issues with like being really sensitive to dirty track. And so they sell you the issue, and then in Paragon 4, they claim that the $100 extra is going into having built-in keep alives, which is just bullshit. Because I mean, in my opinion, it should come with it. It's just classic BLI, selling you the problem, or giving you the problem and selling you the solution. It's really bullshit. So, yeah, not ideal. All right, what engine did they want to see next? They wanted to see the I1SA. Right, I could do that next. I have two I1s. The PCM, though, for some reason, does not run on my curves, whereas the Paragon 2 one does. I actually do know the difference. There's something different about the rods. The Paragon 2 rods are all segmented, whereas the PCM ones are not. And that is the reason why the PCM one does not run on my curves. But otherwise, though, they're identical. Here she is, though. I don't really like the bell in this engine. The whistle sounds okay, but the bell is... Also, I like the chuff. The whistle sounds a little whack on this engine. I'm not going to lie. Also, I removed the traction tire on this engine because it's Paragon 2 and they actually came with a traction tireless wheel, whereas after Paragon 3 they just no longer give you the traction tireless wheel, which is bullshit. But oh well. So this guy is nice and easy to spin now because it's nice and light. All right, cool. Another beautiful engine, but I don't really run this guy that much. It's a bit too big. So yeah, the whistle isn't amazing. I don't know. I don't really like it that much, but oh well. Yeah, 750 is really good for one of these engines. I honestly don't know the difference though. 1983. I assume it's from the brass basement guy, right? Is there a photo of a key brass L2A Mohawk? Is there like a visual difference, or is it just a like what it says on the box? Because I know on the box it says like serial 68. I guess just the timeline, or how do you tell? What is the difference between the oh, no coasting drive and paint not painted? Okay, interesting. Yeah, actually, I believe this one does actually have the factory paint job. It also has a coasting drive, obviously, but it does have the factory paint job. It has the exact same number, 2780. It's such a shame that the paint job is completely butchered by the terrible weathering job. Really unfortunate. I really hope I don't know. I'll have to strip the paint and paint it myself, which is unfortunate, but oh well, that's not a big deal. I got number as something else at least, make it more unique. I got Paragon 4 I want to say because the decoder died and charged you $20. Yeah, I mean, but the thing is, I got Paragon 2, dude. I paid 240 for this Paragon 2 I want to say. I bought this like a year ago, or a year and a half ago. Like that's the thing. I don't know. Paragon 2 is just better. The decoders aren't bad. They don't just explode or whatever like Paragon 3 does. The Paragon 3 decoders are honestly junk, and Paragon 4 is basically just revised Paragon 3. It's not actually any different though. It's just basically a little bit more consistent Paragon 3 engines. Paragon 2 decoders are great though. I really like their decoders. They sound a little bit outdated, but they're reliable. I mean, they're not going to break on you. So that's the reason I like Paragon 2. But yeah, I only paid 240 for this guy. And it's a really nice engine. It's basically the same engine. They didn't make any differences. If you can get the going. What is my nicest caboose? Oh boy, I got a lot of cabooses though. None of them are really nice though. They're all kind of jank. So Pennsylvania, I only have these two kinds. I have the N6B, which is from Walters. Pretty standard caboose, honestly. Nothing too special, but just standard N6B caboose. And then I have the classic N5C and also the N5 standard, N5B, I guess you would call it. I can actually do a little bit of handheld. Here we go. So here's my caboose collection. I think, so these are N8s. N8s are technically out of my era. I'm selling these off, by the way. If you guys want one, let me know. But the N8s are built 1950, so they're actually out of my era because I'm not on 1947. But I have the N5C and the N5B. And I know that technically the Shadow Keystone is also out of my era, but I don't feel like selling these. I think they're actually nice. But they all have the Train from Nintendo, which I like a lot. In terms of Santa Fe cabooses, I have some real cheap ones down here. These are just these are also out of era. I don't model the Santa Fe era where they're painted red. I model the Santa Fe era where they're still brown. I have some Walther Santa Fe wood cabooses like these. These are pretty cool. They have actually markers, as you can see. I bought these in a pack of 2, and they both have marker lights, and I paid $30 for 2. And these cabooses alone by themselves go for like $20 a piece, $20 to $30 a piece. I paid $30 for 2 cabooses, both with marker lights, which are really awesome. And then I just have some plain. These are Athearn blue box or Athearn ready to run cabooses. These are kind of jank. They look okay, but they're not accurate. But yeah, so my accurate Santa Fe cabooses, I have those 2. And then I'm trying to collect more. I'm gonna mute this engine. It's kind of loud. There's this caboose here, which I want to get a lot more of because this was honestly what was standard on Santa Fe. These cabooses were very common. So let me get a closer look at this caboose. Let me put the camera down. So this kind of caboose is what Santa Fe used most at my era. This is a steel caboose painted brown. It has really fine window shade meshes, which is really awesome. It has obviously separately applied grabs, and then the coolest thing is it has these wigwags. I think they're called wigwags. Super cool stuff. Santa Fe. I forget. I do know. I learned about it somewhere, but I forgot already at this point what these are used for. But basically, you could just swing it out for the guy in the rear to signal to the engineer. You just spin something and have this thing stick out, which is super cool. I think it looks really awesome. And if you have a string of these going around, I think it'd be super cool. But these are by Intermountain. These are super nice cabooses. I'm trying to find a few more of these, but they're just so rare these days. They're super rare. So I want to get 3 ultimately. But that is my caboose collection. My buddy has one of the 89 runs. Dang, okay. Dagger, if you could send me an email and let me know your buddy. I'm kind of curious. I want to see how it looks. What is your favorite Reading railroad steam engine? I don't like any Reading engines. I don't know. It's not a railroad I model. I model Pennsylvania, Santa Fe, New York Central, and Southern Pacific. I really only do Pennsylvania, Santa Fe. I have some NYC stuff, and I have very little Southern Pacific stuff. But I don't model Reading. I don't really like Reading engines. I think they all look kind of ugly. I'm not gonna lie. It's a very personal, very much a personal opinion, but I don't really like Reading engines. I'm fine with no coasting drive. Yeah, honestly, I don't care for the coasting drive either. It's nice, but it's not necessary at all. I just needed something that was under $300 stagger, so I paid $275, as I said. I can't afford anything more than that. So there you go. I paid $260 for a Paragon 3 ONSA, but it was 3 years ago and it was used. Yeah, well, yeah, that's cool. I have a 611J Paragon 2. That's cool at Trade Addict. I don't model Norfolk and Western either, so I don't have the 611. I did have a Bachmann one at some point, though. I sold it, though. So, again, I was trying to consolidate on railroads I don't model, like B&O, Norfolk, and Western. Those are railroads I used to want to model, but now I no longer do, to further, consolidate my roster. But, yeah, 611. The Paragon 2 611 is awesome. I love Paragon 2, as I said. Anyways, run the nicest caboose behind the train. Man, I can't though because it's not. I have Santa Fe. I don't have any Santa Fe engines right now. I do, but I don't feel like running. Yeah, fuck it. I'll run a Santa Fe engine. Nah, I'm not gonna run a Santa Fe engine. Seems like no one here likes Santa Fe, anyways. That's my request. All right, fine. I'll run a caboose train. Why not? So let me. Okay, I'm gonna take this engine off. Okay, I'll take out the H9. Yeah. As you guys know, this is my favorite engine right here. It's the H9. Absolutely beautiful engine. No, yeah, I like Santa Fe a lot, but it seems like not many of my subscribers like it. They want to see more Pennsylvania stuff and Nickel Plate Road and whatnot. So, all right, so this is my last caboose. It's a New York Central caboose. Figured I'd get it because I have some New York Central equipment. So there you go. I'll just use the cabooses that I currently have out. All right, then one last one for Santa Fe. There you go. Looks like Mark wants to get a 611. The 611 J1s J's are really expensive these days. They're kind of overpriced these days. What is your favorite Reading Railroad steam locomotive? As I said, Jesus, I already told you I don't like any Reading Railroad engine, so I already said that. Yeah, Trade Addict, keep that guy. Don't sell it ever. They're so hard to find these days, and you got a real gem there. Don't sell it. Santa Fe is fine in my opinion. Not a huge fan, but I won't turn it down. Yeah, I know. Santa Fe is, I don't know. Their stuff is kind of underrated personally, but oh well. I like their stuff. All right. I'm going to have to end this stream in 3 minutes. Heads up. But yeah, thanks everyone for watching. I think we had like 17 people at one point, but we've stayed consistently at around 10 people, which is pretty cool. But yeah, so my final little news is that I'm going away in 2 days. I'm going away for college and I'll be back maybe in March for spring break. I'll probably stay on campus though. But yeah, I'll definitely be away for much of the time. I might be home in March. I might be home in August for like a week, but otherwise I'm going to be gone until December or November. So yeah, it's really unfortunate. I'm not going to be able to run trains with you guys for a while. But yeah, so it's the reason why I didn't do the stream on Saturday, this weekend. I did it on a weekday because I just don't have time. On Saturday, I'm flying home, or I'm flying back on Saturday, so I won't be here. I got an internship lined up for summer, so I'll be only home for 1 week in August in the summer, unfortunately, which really sucks. Like I really want to bring some trains over, but I can't. I have no layout over there, you know. So yeah, I mean, you know, again, like I'll be more than happy to, you know, keep you guys company if you guys want to talk or anything like that. I you know, made quite a few videos this break, so I'll just be entertaining myself and you guys with those. But yeah, this is my final stream for a while, at least for a long time. But yeah, hopefully you guys know how to reach me. Again, I have an Instagram. You guys can DM me. You can see projects up there. Look through some of my older content if you guys are interested. And I'll be making a announcement video talking about my leave in probably tomorrow. So yeah, let everyone else know. Or yeah, at least bringing the H9. No, I'm not gonna bring the H9. I actually brought the H9 last time. So I'm gonna be bringing some other engine over. I don't know which engine to bring though. I mean, I have a lot of engines, but I don't really know which one is worthy of bringing. Alrighty. So that is pretty much it for this stream, guys. Again, thanks everyone for tuning in. Yeah, we definitely got less people than last time, but I still appreciate everyone for coming. I hope I answered everyone's questions rather thoroughly. Yeah, I don't know which engine to bring. I'm not really sure, honestly. It's funny. No one has ever requested any of the engines inside the boxes. It seems like because they're kind of hidden inside, no one wants to see them. But I have a whole bunch of stuff. I have, so this is my drawer K4. I have 4 right here, and then I have a 5th one right there. I also have another K4 in here, and I have one more K4 inside there. But yeah, I mean, I have an A5 right here, as you can see. Some more stuff. There's a Bowser A5. Here we have a Santa Fe 442. That's a DNO 280. Santa Fe something, and this is an MTH H9. I have a whole bunch of other equipment in here though, but it seems like no one's really interested in ever seeing any of this stuff. So that's some USRA 280s. I have a 280 from each manufacturer: Trix, BLI, and MTH, which is pretty cool. I have the smaller B6SB, a B6 right there, some more stuff, and here's some diesels, I guess. These are some more consolidations. And here's my diesels right here. I don't want to damage anything here. But yeah, I have a full-on F7 ABBA set and 2 GP9s. So that's my Santa Fe stuff. And yeah, I don't have any Pennsylvania diesels because I'm model 1947, and at the time they didn't really have any diesels. They had a few early gens, but not really interested in that kind of stuff. So yeah. Right, that is my roster right here. I have a few other things here. Take a good look before I leave. But yeah, so I also have actually a few more over there. But yeah, that's pretty much it here. And then yeah, so in terms of passenger cars, I guess I'll show you guys again real quick. So this is mostly my Santa Fe stuff, dome cars and whatnot. Here's some more stuff. This is Pullman pool cars. Pool cars were determined by Pullman cars that were kind of floated around, so you know multiple railroads use them. They're super useful. They're basically just heavyweights with just Pullman on the side, so you can put them under, you know, behind any engine, and it would look accurate. So yeah, here's all the Pennsylvania heavyweight equipment. Again, I'm just too lazy to take these out, unfortunately. I'm doing live streams, but here's my head-end equipment, RPOs, baggage cars, etc. Here's some reefers and Southern Pacific Harriman cars, Santa Fe coaches, and some really beautiful New York Central branch line heavyweight coaches. And then yeah, so that's my stuff right there. Some more head-end equipment, some Ampletes. The only thing out of my era is Amtrak, which I have some really modern Phase 3 Ampletes, as well as a Kato F40PH back there, which if you guys haven't seen the video, I'd highly recommend it. It's a really nice engine. But yeah, so that's pretty much it. Thanks everyone for tuning in. As I said, I'm gonna place this thing down, and yeah, Rising my army. Let's see if there's any other last questions I want to finish. A Burke, yeah, I have 2 Burks. That's it. Have you heard of New York Central Railroad 999? Yes, New York Central had the Empire State Express, the 999. Very famous engine. I kind of want one, but it's out of my era. Army of K4s. Yeah, well, too many K4s, man. Too many K4s. I want two more. I want the Challenger Imports Streamline K4 and also a NJCB K4 with disc drivers. Those are my favorite too. I spy the K5. Yeah, I have the K5 over there. I guess I should run it real quick. I'll run it a little bit more, and then I'll call it a day. Switch over my controller to DC. Hey, Joe, you made it. Joe, there's a lot of guys who want to see the Q1, man. There's a lot of people who want to see the Q1. I redirected them to your channel, but I told them it's kind of down right now because has some technical difficulties. But hopefully you can run it, man. People really want to see it. Where the heck is that cable? Here it is. All right, here. Let's run the K5 just a little bit, and then we'll call it a day. The K5 is it's an interesting engine. I kind of have a love-hate relationship with this guy. It's really pretty, but it's like there's some issues with the front. So what I mean by that is the front of the K5, I think the Alesco feed water heater is a bit shorter. I know the real life K5s had shorter Alesco feed water heaters, but there's just something off that looks wrong about this front here that I want to fix. But if I want to fix it, I have to remove all the piping and do it myself, which seems like a pain. But I don't know. I'm debating keeping this guy still. It's not really my thing. I'm not gonna lie. It's a bit. There's something wrong about it. Like the Keesium Hangsa K5 looks significantly better. Now that one I obviously can't afford, but I'm kind of okay with just not owning one altogether, which is really unfortunate. But yeah, I don't know. It's this K5 is I don't really know what to do with it. It's a beautiful engine, but there's something wrong with the front. And honestly, the front is really important to me. Something looks off though. Okay, so let me a few last questions. So the first E units arrived in December. The first APR got in T1. Yeah. Yeah. I like technically 1947 is in the time frame for some really first gen diesels, but I don't like any of them, so I don't need it. This was fun. Thank you, Ian. See ya, Dagger. Yeah, see ya, Dagger. Thoughts on the Krupp K5 railway gun? I don't know. Is it the UK stuff? I don't know much about that kind of stuff. Joe loved the K5. Thank you, Joe. Noah Joe Station. Have a good one. Thank you, Noah. A Burke meaning bring a Burke to college. Oh, yeah. I don't know. Maybe. I doubt it though. Those things are really fragile. So, Dagger, yes, K5, my beloved. Yeah, it's a beautiful engine. It's just I still don't know really what to do with this engine. I don't know. I feel like I invested a lot into New York Central, way more than I actually did. Jesus, bye. Okay. I made an hour-long video about brass. It's in the video. Yeah. Everyone who wants to see the Q1, check out Pennsylvania and Florida Eastern. Again, that's the guy who I sold the Q1 to, or not really sold, but I gave the Q1 to. Check him out. Yes, I'll multi K5. She'll have to. I'll have to see about fixing the Q1. Until then, she is in her box for the time being. That's really unfortunate. I hope the Q1 will be fixed soon. It's a rather accurate for a K5B. Interesting. I didn't know that. If a model doesn't have at least one problem, it's not even a model. Facts. The key's actually more wrong. How is the key wrong? Is it the lettering? I know the lettering looks a little bit weird, but is the key line really off? I'd buy the K5 until this is better. They got the cab very wrong. Interesting. I'll have to check out the cab. I'll have to compare that. But just something about the the front just looks a little bit weird. I don't know. I feel like the boiler's just too high. Maybe the I don't know. Something looks weird. Anyways, I'll have to figure that out. But yeah. All right. Tell them about the Q1. Yeah, there is a Q1 selling on eBay right now for $2,000. If you guys want one desperately, go get one. But yeah, it's really expensive. See ya, Pierre Marquette. Yeah, see ya, man. All right, man. All right, guys. Thanks all for tuning in. I really got to head out though. Yeah. Hopefully everyone has heard. I'm leaving on Saturday to basically I'm going to be gone from the channel for a few months. So yeah. But thanks everyone for tuning in. I'll have to check out the K5 cab. I'll have to compare that. But the front just bothers me enough to the point where it's not. I don't know. I might sell it. Yeah. All right. I'll see everyone in, I don't know, a few months probably, but I'll definitely be posting a few videos. But in terms of live streams, it's gonna be gone for a while. So, all right. Hope everyone enjoyed. I'll see you guys next time.